I just thought of this, and he was angry. Again a loud voice echoed. It is once again the closest to Earth. I want a drink that kills you. People in the distance can see this. Threatened with a head full of cold sweat. In my heart. I told you to seduce him, not tease him. Even if you want to die, you have to draw him away too. Can you die later? As a result, her plan will be destroyed. I can't get it anymore. But most likely, they don't panic. He glared furiously at her with a whisper. Don't mess around. He was once again despised. The enraged snake almost bled out its blood. And yet, despised by this humanity. This moment, he really wanted to kill the boy in front of him. His eyes full of attack. The woman closed her eyes and did not dare to look straight. Muttered for an hour. He's definitely dead. But most likely the world is still the same. Suddenly there was one in my eye. Inflammation in the eyes also appears. An invisible authority. Winking through the man of the great serpent. In the blink of an eye, it was quiet and did not move. See this scene. Most likely, he shook his head and whispered. I didn't say so. Don't mess around, hey. I told you to watch here, you didn't listen. I want to put a tiger in my body. The ghost of the Kier woman is hiding her eyes from looking. But I also looked over there. I saw the snake standing still. Most likely, Thong Dong went inside. She rolled her eyes in amazement. You don't look wrong. What's going on? Since when is that serpent so easy to tame? I can't believe I told him not to move. It's not really moving. And that kid's just a scene. How can you do it? Maybe he's got some kind of secret. You're not as stupid as you look. Maybe I didn't need to do it before. The 4-stage beast Kier can also. When I think of this, the woman suddenly screams, wait. If I die like this, I don't care about external reactions. It's probably a straight line into the cave. In the blink of an eye went to the deepest. But I just got into this place. The sight in front of me was amazing. This is a 7-stage 8-stage. So many that it's impossible to count. It's a lot of text. Even 7 of them can't be compared. The talent is in nature. Hey ha, so I'm not welcome anymore. Except 312 Smart Prodigy's second floor. Probably the most popular in the cave, going back and forth. Hand crank collect 10 all into the world only. It was so fun to forget about heaven and earth. Watching the pharmaceutical legs fall into his hands. I can't stop being excited. Feeling extremely satisfied. That the little lady outside tried to get close enough to observe. I bite my teeth in disgust. This time, it's been completely monopolized by that boy. Probably the best. With a big smile, he sucked away all his precious goods. Then used the original trace of emulsification. And suddenly the iris is a little bit condensed, walking towards the deepest part of the cave. Run away and make fun of you. Haha, Ra is here. In just a moment to go to a hot spring. When you look at the bottom of your shirt, he couldn't take a deep breath. Here. This is This is actually emulsification. But that. Why is it so much? You can use it to wash every day. Quick hand collect 10 emulsion shapes into the jar. The best of all is the quiet joy. The trip to King's Son is a big one this time. Even if you can't find the spiritual medicine aid magic wrenching drugs, there's no hole either. I just got a lot of medicine. The emulsification is obtained again. How can you make a hole? But right now, why from under the emulsification flow, I found a small bottle. Holding it in the hands of a child or muttering, "What is this vase? Why is there a porcelain vase here?" I just looked at the words of God on the carpet. He was astonished, laughing loudly. Lao Tzu's luck is not that good. Under a situation like this, but you can ignore the God of Dawn. There is also a ban on the bottle. Prevent the beast from finding the smell again. See if it's wrong. It looks like he's transparent. White music, it's just random. 5 bottles of medicine down this mountain. Where there's a vase that falls into the underground current. Just skillfully leaven, follow the stream water flowing into the lake. But then the luck of goodwill is terrifying. Sao. Come here to get emulsification. And in the meantime, it's a miracle. I thought there was such luck. Come to think of it, at least grumble. But if you have this grace, how can it be wasted? And open the lid of the vase. Put the medicine in your mouth and swallow it. A carving of medicinal herbs just into the mouth. A powerful primordial force rushed forth. It makes it look like it wants to explode. Probably the most astounding cry out. This medicine is so powerful. On the contrary, he was a little excited. Very quickly laughed out loud, haha. It hurts, but this is what I want. The second miracle is open to me. Following his scream, the right pupil immediately like a scorching fire. The yellow light never stopped flashing. Why cleft lip try to compress painfully a persistent ink. Even if there's fresh blood in one eye. The pain of 1,000 parts. It's the same, biting your teeth without a sound. Time just goes by. Most probably I can't shake. But he's still the same, biting his teeth. Pale face kneeling on the ground. But right now, his right pupil has a second yellow glow. Appeared. After a moment, an invisible force. In his eyes fly straight to the sky. Directly make a small hole. Looking up at the sky, he was both excited and scared. Although the face is a little shaky, but the corners of his mouth revealed a frenzied smile. Can break the power of nothingness. Under any circumstances. This is the second big miracle. Ha ha ha. In this way, Lao Tzu really stood on invincible. Try place. You have the power of the second magic. Even if you're locked in a box, there is also a way to escape depending on human power. But right now, most likely, the body is weakening. Why no? It used to consume too much power because of the label. Original God. Let us see if we have enough spirit first and then move on. Think about it and relax. The next day I open my eyes slowly. The light in my eyes is now deeper. Night primordial diffuse raw Y. I discovered the ear. It's possible to search longer distances. He grinned and nodded with satisfaction. At night, he flew away quickly. I didn't even notice the big snake behind me. In the blink of an eye, I can't see my breath. A way to fly away. He is still endlessly impressed. It's good to see you. He saved the life of the ugly head. I can't believe I got a set like this. It seems that this statement is not unreasonable. You have to do a lot of good things later. But it didn't take long to fly away. Where did Kier appear to block the road? Aggressive screaming takeout. What is the surest thing? Pretending to be stupid, asking the opposite. The woman raised her eyebrows. Emulsification, and a whole bunch of Kier drugs. Don't you think the lady doesn't know? How much benefit do you get from it? The lady is not compared to you. But according to the rules of the gang to meet half. You're pissing your head off. If we say that, we can't divide. Most likely, he shook his head with a mocking exclamation. You said meet in half. Have you met? If you haven't met, where are you going to share half with me? Or give the scoundrel? I love that you saved my life. I don't want to calculate with you. I'm willing to split those geologic geniuses. But now you don't know the good and the bad. The woman was angry and cold. Just finished. The power of the heavens and the heavens too important. The two most powerful eyes. I was a little surprised to see this. You're so young. It's not bad to get to this level. No matter this kind of power. He had just broken through the scene. I didn't put it in my eyes. Situation Chi. He has now reached the final 9. There's also a support system. Her strength. It's just trash in his eyes. I thought and laughed softly. The woman's eyes looked at her, and she spoke. Real power high-low. Sometimes it has nothing to do with Vi. Of course the woman doesn't believe it either. Bad cold ridicule bad boy arrogant extravagant. Let's make it less ostentatious. Tricks for the beast. It doesn't work for people. You want to scare me with that. Dreaming of the next move. Already said. She immediately struck a chord towards the most powerful. But it's still as cold as ever. Waiting for a lawyer to arrive. Disappeared in the blink of an eye. Waiting for her to show up has her hands in the back. The woman in pain couldn't help but cry out. Hand. Your arm is about to break. Let go. Let go. The most evil woman quickly restrained. I couldn't believe looking at him. How did that kid do that? It's clear that there's only real strength in the 9-point plot, but his speed is so fast. Great power gives Kier. It's easy to lock down a two-dimensional space. Like her. This is not normal morality. It's true that this monster is clearly a monster. Probably the most unconsciously shaking his head and laughing. Gently let go of her hand and push her out. Get back free in a hurry. Then gently bite your lips in your hands. Follow that. 3 level for monsters immediately appeared in front of him. Unconsciously frown. Most likely, she looked at the girl. A little surprised, he said. This head also has a bit of bravery. He is still young and already has 3 4-year-olds. It's terrible. Hey ha ha ha, scared, right? The woman raised her eyebrows arrogantly. It's too late to be afraid now. What if you pay the penalty? I lost to the lady. And give all the geniuses of the earth that we recite love. You once saved me. Maybe I can forgive you. I forgive you for your disrespectful actions towards me. Before. The head is the head. A little bit of that force also demands a fight with him. Even a level 6 medical beast can tame. These aren't even in the eyes. I have a cold shoulder, you know I'm afraid. Adultery 313 to strangers. Look at her with contempt. Probably laughing for an hour. Maybe you forgot. There's a level 6 monster in front of me. He is as obedient as a cat. Based on her level for mascot BA. They want to scare me. Ha ha ha. The woman is angry at you. You are less boastful. Who knows what you did to that poison? Surely your trick is the same with the beast. My method. Attack on the original god. But these are my level for animals. It's the thing that's owned. We are in touch with the gods with them. To them the master's orders are higher than all. You want to catch them. It's impossible. Oh, try it. Most likely contemptuous pout lips. Revealing a smile, the devil said. Feel the contempt of the most ordinary. The angry woman shouted at the three of them, let me. Let this son of a bitch see the benefits of you. The animals heard her words. The strongest attack in the world. But he is not panicked. His face was as calm as ever, standing still. Wait until the animals are coming to the doctor's office. Suddenly there was a blue light in my eyes. Just for a moment. 3 animals winking stiff and motionless. Fear of trembling. Finally, lift your feet and run away. When I saw this, the girl screamed at me. Come back here, don't run away. But right now, she suddenly trembled, her eyes filled with fear. Most probably don't know when. Came up behind her. Malevolent pricking. See that the spirit of grace communicates with itself. It's not exactly a good thing. Because even the fear of those 3 graces. A boss like you has to share half. What kind of god are you? The woman who was afraid spoke up. As if looking at her or her. Probably the most humbling mouth, grinning softly. The future will be the owner of this world. Ha 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 ha. He just finished laughing for an hour. I have no intention of killing her. Quickly spread your wings and fly away. I can't see 3 in a blink of an eye. Only to leave the Kier girl still engulfed in fear. Trembling to the dreadful. Looking at him in horror, he said. Celestial dance. Why is there such a scary man? Right now a wine-tearing sound. 2 bodies in black robes appear from behind. Copper big pull bar. My sister's spirit. Miss, you are not wrong. She knows who is coming. Look at the 2 people. The fear in my eyes hasn't gone down. It's a shiver. Sky dance. It's not a place we can beat. We should still go. In front of her eyes, she fainted helplessly. Yuta saw that and rushed to get her. Don't stop calling. In my heart without ceasing to doubt. What does she mean after all? Lin Ni lady. A moment later, in a dark cave. Only the light of a small spark. Created by the people of this place. A feeble girl lying on a pile of grass. There are many people around. They're all serious. Right now, he looked at the unconscious woman in front of him, stroking his chin to speak. The lady is just too scared. It's nothing. Please don't worry. Teen Kier raised eyebrows. The strange face spoke of excessive fear. How is it possible? My love for you, how I am, I don't know. I've been friends with animals since childhood. Very big liver. What could have scared her so much? This. The fake man stroked his beard, reluctantly shaking his head and sighing. This is different for everyone. Please forgive me for not knowing. Take a look at him a little. The boy also sighed a little. Put your hands on it and get down. At this moment, the girl suddenly trembled her eyelids. Signs of wanting to wake up. Not long after, he slowly opened his eyes. Startled nervous weakness say. Come on, I'm awake. The boy saw her wake up and exclaimed happily. I never stopped asking her about before. I finally did what I did. With my strength. It's been playing for a few months. CA is not worried either. But I suddenly went into a coma. It's really dangerous. Lin Ni slightly nodded, in his eyes as if in a hurry to speak. We shouldn't be looking at the sky anymore. This place has our natural enemies. If we go out indiscriminately, I will definitely lose 7. At that time our family will be destroyed. Lin Ni, what's this all about? Hear this word. Teen facial monstrous. She looked as if she didn't understand what she was saying. There's no other way. She had to tell the story of what she saw the most. Tell him the whole story. Hear this word. The teenager couldn't believe what to say. God has someone who has power. The town is the Sao. How is this possible? It's not just him. The people next to him are also in a hurry. Worry. For a long time, the teenager spoke up again. The nature of the tiger. You can't ignore it. We are good at animal bending. Our mascot won't win. There is no enemy. Even if it's your poison. Battle Sky Kier. They dare not confront us directly. It can only be based into the magic war. To fight on our equal. But if there is someone who can control the animal, it even scares the animals. Not listening to the owner. Then it's not the army. The beast will disintegrate in a moment. Suddenly a great Han came forward, embracing the right to speak. Please give the order immediately. Let the general deal with this dangerous man. For a long time, the boy slowly put on his arm and shook his head and said no. Now Theme Vu is organizing the 100 families of Min. We take advantage of the opportunity to observe the movement. You must not show your eyes. If they find out anything, Our plan will be ruined when it's about to be lost. CA, you still want to stick to that plan? But Kier frowned anxiously and said urgently. Slightly nodding, the boy seemed determined because of that. The more we have to continue. If you can't beat the universe this time. The next day on the front. Maybe we won't have any more victories. Where? Hear this word. Everyone was nodding gravely. There was only a sudden sigh. I'm still nervous, but CA. That person is really trustworthy. We can have an attack. I can beat the universe. Ha ha ha, don't worry. Internal theme Vu. There is no more trustworthy person than that. Ha ha ha. Horny mouth teen stuffed up devilish curves. Hold firmly in your hand. In a different way. Most likely the world is still flying in the air. Looking for the missing people. Reunite with them. But right now, the most pungent smell of blood hitting my nose. There's a little bit of wonder flying towards the smell of blood. Looking at the body in the river. He raises you to think. This is clearly a man-made wound. It's not made by a mascot. There's definitely a family battle going on upriver. Thought and immediately followed the trail to find. Then let him see. They were forced into a cup. Looking up at the people outside. He smirked contempt for a disabled man. If you go out hunting, you find your own way. Except 314 Siege. It's not wrong to lead people. The lost people. It's the clans that depend on the forest. The leader is the whole room. Even though he was most likely to have one leg removed. But the power is still there. Dealing with the strangers. It doesn't matter. At this moment, the whole world looked coldly into the cup. The dark face screams out loud to the people inside even here. Lao Tzu found the lost family book. I don't have time to pay attention to you. Whoever knows the time is quick to get out. Or you will go to hell with the lost. But inside the cup is the dung. I heard this word. The face is a little worried. This full-blown Lin. It's obviously a feud. Shed on the people of the lost. He can't involve the men of the two monasteries. Absolutely. Then he looked at everyone. Reluctant to speak up. You and the peanut family, we are just feng soy sauce. This should not have anything to do with you if you. Suddenly now. Then I stopped thinking about going out. Screamed the cripple with the fucking leg. We're symbiosis with the lost family. I'm not afraid of you. It is good that you are waiting for the CA to come here. See how he treats you. This word just came out. Everyone, except for the people of the tribe, immediately unsightly face. This stupid guy wants to live and die with his family. They don't eat either. But don't pull the hateful sheep like this. The whole village clearly hated it. With his personality, we'll definitely not ignore any AI. This word is clearly cutting their way back. People can't help but swear for a moment. That's what this idiot is. On the contrary, she was deeply missed. I was a little bit moved to say thank you. Thank you for something. Even though Soundtrack ICA is not here to take care of billions. Relic stopped the fragrance of arrogance, clapping his chest confidently said. This word just came out. The two brothers immediately broke out in a cold sweat. Where did you get this head? Confident enough to take care of others. It doesn't really work. You need someone else to protect you. Open your mouth to take care of others. Take a look at the missing family. At a young age, power is so strong. And all year round, the angel of war. She was in the military. I need them to take care of me. If you hear this word, you don't care. Laughing con for an hour. Touch your nose and say, my child, please accept. But let me take care of you instead. Stop incense. It's like not hearing what he's saying. Still confident that most people will come to the rescue. She nods her voice softly. It doesn't matter. I believe when I am in danger. I'm sure CA will find it. They will come to protect us. This time it was the turn of the storm. He had no power since childhood, based on the worst. Go. He has grown up now. Again learned a lot of bravery. You can't rely on him every time. And this woman over and over again. They rely on you to save lives. I have to tell you if this person is naive or stupid. With this kind of love. Without the protection of the sword servant and secreting Ra. Have to die in this poisonous forest. Is beyond doubt. I don't understand why. To families let her in. They can be sure. To ensure her life. But look. It is currently being borrowed by 7 people. There is no sword here. How can people save them? But at the same time, the wind is on the opposite side. Suffer a disabled sentence here of the perfume stop. It makes you angry. All around the body right now. The 2 eyes look inside. The man next to him looked at his face a little. Then whisper out loud. Our Prince Lin. The word is not over yet. The whole wind has aggressively bitten his lips. Two cool red eyes yelled out loud who didn't know the time. Kill them all for the old man? Lifting under the sound of indignation screaming. The people of the forest immediately rushed towards the paint cup. Distracted Hai looked at the people who overpowered Lao. I can't help but worry in my heart. What does he have to do? The situation in front of him is too unfavorable. Even if the weather is favorable. They don't have the upper hand either. In the military, this is the bastard. Only courage can break it. He's got to find a living ray. If not, only the entire army is destroyed. Then he suddenly shouted. If you're here, do you have anyone? Risking your life. You must also protect that person from leaving safely. Although the enemy is strong, it is messy. Now we have a way. Arrange who you want to bring out. It's safe inside. Then we surround ourselves outside to protect. Form a stick formation to break through the perimeter. To do so even though it is very likely. Those outside will lose their lives. But who is protected inside? There is a great chance of survival. This word just came out. Everyone's face immediately stopped. And then 6 chisels turned to their people, hoping to say, "See a brother, and stop the child inside. I'm outside protecting you. Say something stupid." It should be you and stop the baby inside. Just protect the two of you out. You inside, you must follow me. Don't get lost. CACA, I want to coexist with you. Billionaire parents inside you take you out. Stupid boy. If you die, I will survive. I don't have to face my sister anymore. Just for a moment, everyone seems to have forgotten. The enemy is attacking the evil god. The opposite in eyes flashed the battle ray. Seen at this scene, he nodded. What he wants is this. That was a risk. Looking back at the door, he took a deep breath. In his eyes flashed Tia Dean too. He followed her alone for many years. He also learned a lot of military skills. It seems right now, there was a bit of a marshal on the battlefield. Suddenly right now, his body stopped in front of him. Confidently say so. I stand in front of you to protect you. See droppings on the forehead suddenly sweating. This woman hasn't even given up. What did she take to protect him? Moreover, he has power. You can even show yourself as the owner. Leading a family. Let others protect you. He laughed shamefully and said, Hey ha ha ha, the good intentions of billions. Please accept, but I'm the commander of this breakout. You have to be first. And the rest of the world is also in a hurry. Take people who don't have their own energy is to stop carrying incense, crying and laughing and saying stop high. People are stronger than us. Don't act like it. Listen to CA. Go inside the team. Let the CAs help me break through. Stop thinking about just going back. There's a fake guy in front of me. Levan High steadfastly said, Missing family. You are not safe alone. Let the old man protect you. Only if there is something wrong with the old man. You must speak to Master Juo. The old man cannot worship him as a master. It's really the biggest regret. See this person. He sighed a sigh of surprise and said, The truth is that you are stubborn. This time, if there's no protection, it is always there. Maybe we were wiped out early on. If you can really escape this, wait until you meet Jack. I will definitely think of a way. Persuade him to accept you as a disciple. Then thank you, Master. Master Liu nodded softly. There's a little solitude on my face. Wait for us to get out alive and talk. But that, even if you can't worship Master Juo's followers, the old man can do some work for him. It's also an honor. Divergent High nodded softly. In his eyes flashed TIA approves of this person. He is also a middle-aged man. But the sound of the other side is getting closer and closer. The sound of killing is relentless. Distracted High focused on looking ahead. Quietly waiting. Until the enemy gets very close. He shouted for an hour. Fly steady formation, so that our family can survive. Following this scream of his, everyone gathered in one place. The air suddenly burst out. The people who are coming can't even react. Was blown out. The whole world saw this scene. Rolling his eyes in anger. Look at the picture in front of you. After a long pause, he finally screamed a bunch of trash. Some people like that can't deal with it. A person next to him that shows the stone rays.